What's up, guys? This is Rise, and welcome to another video. I have a team featuring one of my favorite Pokemon, and in my opinion, I know this has been a bit of a hot take on the channel, the cutest Pokemon that there is, Mr. Greedent. I call him Alvin because he looks like a chipmunk to me, and we are going to be utilizing Greedent Safe Swap with this team alongside Deoxys, Defense, and Diggersby. Some of you are probably wondering why I'm running Rock Slide instead of Thunderbolt on DD. I don't have like a great reason for it. I just kind of wanted to try it out. Just kind of experimenting, having some fun. Rock Slide is going to be a little bit more energy efficient in neutral matchups than Thunderbolt is. So you pace to it a little bit faster. So that's one benefit to it. Of course, you kind of miss out having Thunderbolt in the Metacham matchup, the Registeel matchup. But we were just kind of running Rock Slide to see how it did for us, and this team does pretty well this set. And stay tuned to the final battle, because this was almost the most epic set in the world, and your boy Rise misplays horribly in the last battle. So the occasional comment saying Rise cherry picking the wins, I know I've been dwelling on that lately. It's just human nature, right? Like, I'm so lucky because you guys are also supportive. You get like 90%, 97% positive comments. And I harp on the one negative comment. I don't actually do that. I just joke about it sometimes. But we're kind of dancing around here. DD gonna get knocked out by Lickitung, and I feel like I have enough health on Greedent to get to a body slam before getting licked down. So I actually go for the body slam here. And I'm gonna swap into Diggersby. We got the final shield, and we should be in a pretty good spot. Except the scary thing is Lickitung has a ton of energy. So I actually let this go. And he's at another Power Whip here, believe it or not. And I feel like I have to let this go as well, because I'm trying to think, like, what does more, a Weather Ball from Ninetales or a Power Whip from Licky? I think the Weather Ball would do more. I throw my energy here so it can't get off the Weather Ball. And then he's Switch Locked, so I don't really have to worry about a catch here, which is the nice thing. We get one extra Mud Shot there. And we CMP, so a simple shield. And Cody actually Thunderbolt BM'd, knowing that he couldn't get to double surf there. So GG's to Cody. And we're able to take the first game win with this team. It's always fun when you kind of just come up with a team on the fly and it actually works out for you. So we'll take you through this full set. Queuing into this next game. 3177 at this time. So I actually had a pretty positive night last night, because if you guys watch the video I posted before this, those battles actually took place after. Okay, Steelix. So I'm already thinking it might be like Medi Bastion back. I'm already thinking it might be Medi Bastion back. It's a very common team right now. It's probably the most common line I'm seeing, is people just kind of tap with Steelix to try and win or soft lose the lead. And then it opens up their Bastiodon back, because if you can get rid of the Steelix counter, Bastiodon's free. So this is actually perfect. This is perfect. We lured out the Medi with Greedent, and now our Diggersby is going to be really good in the back, assuming it's Bastiodon. Just going to spam off body slams here with Greedent. Want to do as much chip as possible, right? And I held on to all that energy I had from DD. He actually lets us get to another body slam here, knowing it's not going to be quite enough to knock out. He's willing to take this. I CMP him on the Psycho Boost. He goes for Ice Punch. Is he going to be willing to shield this to keep his Medi around? Because he does have a lot of energy. He does shield his Medi. He double CMPs me. I shield. I don't know about this play, because then he just combos me. And believe it or not, I actually shield again, because what I don't want to happen is my Diggersby to like get debuffed to Oblivion and not be able to clear the debuff and allow that some wiggle room. So by keeping my DD around, I leave myself room to clear the debuff later on. I'm expecting Medi to come in here, because he's not quite in like comfortable Mud Shot downrange. I think the opponent knows I'm going to outpace to 2 Scorching Sands, or he might think I have Fire Punch as well, right? So in his eyes, it's not worth the shield. A shield might have made things more uncomfortable, though. We're going to deliver the Scorching Sands. I go for another to potentially debuff the Bastiodon. He lets it go. Honestly, I probably could have just swapped DD right there and been fine. Instead, I swap him a little bit later. And this is a win because Bastiodon cannot bank 2 moves. That's a little tip for you guys. If you're playing a Bastiodon and if they farm up to the maximum 100 energy, they can only be 2 away from the next move after they've thrown. Very good lead for us. In comes Charge-a-Bug. I mean, I decide to bank the Psycho Boost and then go. I don't know if that's really necessary. I probably could have just gone immediately. In my head, I had a comfortable response, so I could store some energy before dipping. Scorching Sands comes through. Little old Charge-Bug. I'm a big Charge-Bug fan. I think it's a really solid Pokemon. Just gets walled by these ground types. I guess not traditionally walled and completely walled, but it's really not going to be able to flip this matchup in any even shield scenario. Diggersby looking kind of cocky with his eyes closed. We got to work on that with Diggersby. I got to teach him some humility. It's important to stay humble. In comes Gligar. So I go for the Hyper Beam. Either I get a bunch of damage or I get the shield. Gonna swap in with the Greedmeister here. And we should be in a pretty comfortable position after letting that Hyper Beam because DD has such a confident matchup against the Sandslash that I think we're in a pretty good spot here. Dig comes through. I'm just going to throw this right away to try and draw that last shield or get rid of the Gligar. In comes Slash. It is Powder Snow, which is a little bit worse for Greedent here because these Powder Snows will definitely put us within Ice Punch range. We get off the Crunch, though, and that's some nice chip damage. And at this point, DD can probably just close this game. I actually go for the Body Slam for, extra chip. And then I hard swap DD. He swaps Charge-a-Bug. And our DD's still very healthy at this point, so we're in a good-looking spot here. Kind of debating, what I want to shield at this point. Sandslash has 2 moves, so I decide against shielding here. Go for the Psycho Boost. It is... Could argue I should have just thrown Rock Slide here since I had it. But it is what it is. We sneak a counter, and he's so low. I just decide I don't even need to shield. Because my other Pokemon can fast move down. And we get the win. Pretty solid alignment there for us. Tough for our opponent to overcome. Technically, we don't have a Gligar answer. So Gligar, I guess, was kind of their key to victory. If they had shielded the Hyper Beam on their Gligar, things might have gone very differently there. Deoxys versus Mantine. This is where we want to see the Mantine. Without Thunderbolt, it's not quite as confident of a win for Deoxys since they resist our counter damage. And Rock Slide does only half or so. I'm expecting him to try and catch at some point. So then I'm able to counter swap with Diggersby. And this is where having a Hyper Beam is kind of nice because if I can come out of this matchup with residual energy, I can potentially threaten the Hyper Beam on that Mantine. Earthquake connects. With the Earthquake nerf, as you can see, Diggersby can live too. I decided I'm willing to take another because I kind of want the residual energy more so than health against the Mantine. So I go up to 100 energy. I throw the Scorching Sands. And Superior comes in, and I just get to the Hyper Beam. So without going to 100 energy, right, would not have reached this Hyper Beam. Boom, big time damage. And that damage is going to be enough for Greedent to be able to handle this Superior, hopefully. Let's see how much a Frenzy Plant does. At this point, I'm thinking just save shields for DD. Frenzy Plant comes through. This is a little bit concerning. Excuse me. I probably should have kept that Body Slam instead of throwing it. Not sure why I threw it, but I've got lots of energy on DD, and the Body Slam helps put it into Rock Slide range. And, the con here, right, is Thunderbolt would just straight up one-shot. Rock Slide won't quite, but I am going to pace to them quicker, which is kind of nice. And now it starts to get awkward. It's what do I shield at this point, you know? Where am I? Because Superior has a move, so I'm keeping that in mind. I go for a Psycho Boost here. Mantine has the double Aerial Ace here, and I'm like kind of freaking out. I'm like double Aerial Ace plus another move. So what I do here is I shield and I catch the second Aerial Ace on Greedent. Tough predicament for our opponent, right? Because they kind of have to throw right away. So their only other option, I guess, would have been banking the Aerial Ace and then combo playing with Superior. So that's a G to the G. Positive lead here. It's where we want to catch the Medicham. Even without Thunderbolt, this is still all right. And Medicham's often going to like dip out of here at some point. So I'm building up as much as I can. They go straight for Psychic and they get the defense drop. Eventually they swap. I go Diggersby. Honestly, I don't know if this is the right play. I could see my Whoop Strap telling me I need more sleep. I could see Greedent being the better play here, since you're going to outpace the Body Slam. You're not taking super effective from Power Whip, but you're also being hit for a more efficient move, I guess, with Lickitung throwing Body Slam at you. So I think either makes sense. He's going to Power Whip me again. Going for the Scorching Sands. He lets it go. Medi's going to counter down. I combo play with DD. And I actually get the Rock Slide bait, which is pretty nice. Go for a Psycho Boost now. We need to get off some damage on this Medi. Going for another Psycho Boost. I just want to chip this as much as I can. The problem I'm facing is Medi has a bunch of energy. Throws a move here at us. And check this out. They already revealed Psychic, and then they revealed Dynamic Punch. I'm like, what the heck? We get a chip. Some chip off against the Gligar, but this is looking a little bit concerning, right? Because we have no fast move pressure. We're probably going to need to land 3 Body Slams to knock out this Gligar. I go for the catch here. Just a nice little fancy catch. Predicting when he's going to throw the dig. And going to go for a Body Slam here. But this game's not over because as you're going to see, Body Slam doesn't quite KO. And I can't even Mud Shot this down. Now that Medicham built up a ton of energy against the DD. It did throw a Dynamic Punch. I'm thinking like, okay, at most it has 50 energy. And I make a huge mistake here. Huge mistake. If I had thrown the Body Slam immediately, I get rid of the Medi. Instead, I double up. And I lose CMP here on the dig. So a huge mistake to end this. This should have been 5-0 set. If I had just thrown this instantly, I don't have to commit my shield, and then I still have my shield, and I don't think there's any way Gligar gets to a move. But for some reason, I forgot just how much energy the Medi had. In my head, I was thinking he just threw Dynamic Punch before he left, so he can't have that much energy. Turns out he had a ton of energy, and me not throwing immediately costs me this game, because then I'm forced to shield here. Maybe even after this, I should have like thrown Body Slam immediately. Maybe I live a dig. But then I'm thinking like, now I just got to double up. So I double up and the Gligar banked a dig. So coulda, shoulda, woulda, right? Coulda, shoulda, woulda. Would have been an amazing 5-0 with one of my favorite Pokemon, Mr. Greedent. Where's the Greedent plushie I have? Where is he? He'll make a cameo here at the end of the video. I'm sorry, Greedent. You served well. And we'll try and get a 5-0 another time with you. If you guys enjoyed this video, feel free to hit that like button. Comment down below. All comments are appreciated. Subscribe if you're new. And all that said, thank you for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.